Majumdar, a very special guest from ICFAI University, Jharkhand. He is an assistant professor in Faculty of Management Studies with blend of rich knowledge and experience of more than 12 years um, in the domain of business administration. He provides consultancy in the domain of sales and marketing to the relevant reputed organization. Recently, he has also launched an online course on Udemy, how to make online teaching interactive and running successfully globally. And today he will be sharing with us his expert opinion on digital skills for success. So I request Dr. Majumdar to take over the session here onwards, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful introduction. Can I share my screen to start off?
Absolutely, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
please.
Yeah. I think my screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank Pallavi, ma'am, because who have connected with me and all the persons from this uLektz Learning Solutions, which is a edutech startup. And in today's age, technology is something which is integral to our life. And in this decade, technology was becoming more important, but post this COVID pandemic and lockdown, we are seeing that technology is something with which we can survive, right? And it is, although in our country, specifically in India, we have a lot of digital divide with respect to the purchasing power and all those aspects. But in spite of that, we are progressing a lot. And we think I've designed this session in such a way so that as per my limited learning in this 12 years of in both academics as well as corporate, whatever digital skills, what maybe we all can use so that to make our life some easy. So whether we are a student, whether we are teaching professionals, we are educators, or we are delivering knowledge to maybe school students, college students, university students, research students, and maybe we are industry professionals. As industry professionals, all the organizations have their defined digital framework, which normally is to be implemented and is to be used with respect to the organization. But additionally, to keep us awake about whatever is happening across us, and we need to be digitally aware. So some tips I will share, some experience which I have gained in my career I will share, so that maybe it will be beneficial for all the audience as well as the participants who will be who are participating in this lecture. So if I proceed, if we just see this picture, this summarizes what digital skills talk about. So when we talk about anyone in this earth, we all have some data which is unorganized, unsystematic in nature, and we also try to convert them into information which is systematic. And if we talk about organizations, they need the information to take decisions, and in our daily life also we also need information to take decisions. So this digital is trying to help us to convert the data which is unorganized, which we get as raw facts from the market, and convert it to some systematic structured information so that decision making becomes easier. And whatever you can see in this picture, starting from the internet, laptop, smartphone, all these things, social media, these all things helps to convert data into information. So if you see some highlighted words which you can see from the slide, we have teamwork, we have news which are coming from all across. It will help to go for a growth, and ultimately the information will help to go for a growth. So this picture which I have taken from internet summarizes the role of digital skills. Now, why we are talking about skills? Because it's all about practice. Maybe I can know high technical knowledge, but when we are trying to deliver something, we need to implement that in our corporate life or organization life or student life. So say, for example, if I take an example of a student, he studied C programming language in his student life, but ultimately he need to deliver programs. So that application comes where it ends. So for that, you need skills which will ultimately make someone more practical, more acceptable, and ultimately it will lead to the success of that someone. Whether he's a student, he will get success by his own marks and a corporate placement, or whether you are a professional, you will get more success. Whether if you are a educator or a teacher, you will get more success, you will get more good feedback from your students, so that you can teach well, you can interact with them. And post this pandemic, we are facing as Indians in many places that previously we were habituated in dealing with students in classroom, so we can interact with them, we can talk with them. Although we were using WhatsApp and other social media somewhat, but post this pandemic and suddenly that lockdown, we suddenly found ourselves that okay, this is the only thing which is keeping ourselves as teachers connected with our students. So the relevance of WhatsApp, the relevance of Google Groups, the relevance of various types of social media suddenly have boosted up like anything, without which we cannot communicate. Earlier, we were all meeting our students daily. So I'm thankful to Vice Chancellor Professor 𝗂𝗟𝗲𝗸𝗁 of 𝗂𝗟𝗏 University Jharkhand, who have provided me this opportunity to learn so many skills and try to implement in our teaching pedagogy in 𝗂𝗟𝗏 University Jharkhand. We are delivering, just like any other institutions, we are delivering online lectures using multiple tools and multiple educational platforms. So this is a background which with which I want to start off with. So just proceeding, I want to share a small link in the chat box. Whoever is present in the chat box, they can kindly click on the link and respond. It's a small poll which I can say, where it will ask you, you will find a link. If you click on the link, it will show you that digital skills states. So whatever comes to your mind, any keywords, what comes to your mind, you can please write it down in the text box. 2 to 3 small keywords. Based upon that, I will try to proceed further. I will be proceeding further. If you are facing any difficulty in the link, maybe you can get in touch. So if you click on the link, you will get to see some blanks. But I expect that maybe some keywords you can put. Yes, I've got one response. Let me make it full screen, so maybe it will be okay. I've got 2 responses. So digital skills means connecting, definitely connecting with people. It also means marketing, yes, convincing and communicating. Definitely computer knowledge, without which we cannot survive. Seamless connection, okay, seamless connection. So we have got 3 responses. So these keywords basically which comes to your mind when we talk about digital skills. After this response, I will do a small experiment in Google to see how the word digital skill is being graded or is being rated by Google itself. So we are getting some keywords: mindfulness, computer knowledge, connecting, marketing, seamless, etc., which definitely what you perceive as a digital skills, right? So I will just wait for maybe few seconds more, in which I request all the participants who are in the Google Meet, if you can kindly respond, then it will help me to proceed further. So if you see the responses, whatever we have got till now, we are seeing marketing is having the biggest size. So it is basically a word cloud, where the word which is having the maximum number of responses, it will be having the largest size. So marketing till now have got the maximum number of responses. What the group is perceiving digital skills is all about. So it is marketing, definitely it is socializing, connecting, and others, right? So let me just proceed. I'm thankful to all the participants who have responded to this poll, to this response. So if I just go back, I just want to do a small study on Google. If we just go to Google, give me a minute, and if we search digital skills, let us see what it comes, right? So digital marketing is comparatively a word which is more known in the field as compared to digital skills, because digital skills word, you can go to Google Trends and see the growth of digital skills. It had mainly grown in the last 8 to 9 months post this lockdown and pandemic. Earlier, digital marketing is there, and as we all know, in today's age, when we talk about convincing consumers, communicating with consumers, we use multiple tools. The way we are doing this lecture, and it is being live in YouTube and Facebook, so that's a social media. So we are using multiple tools to focus whatever thoughts we are having. So if you see digital skills, mainly the first word which Google is connecting is digital marketing, right? If we go down, we will be getting some institutes who are trying to focus on digital skills. So we are not getting, say, what, because when we type digital skills in Google, we expect that Google will highlight that what are the digital skills which any person should look for, but it is not getting highlighted. So this proves that the word to Google is not also very old. And as we all know, Google have a database, and based upon which it provides the responses. Since the word is not so old, so maybe it is not in a position to provide you some constructive responses. So if I go back to my presentation and just try to say, now this something which we talk about as the digital skills framework. Whatever you are, maybe you can be a student, you can be a teacher or educator, or you can be a corporate professional. These are some bullets, highlights, which belongs in the digital skill framework. You need to understand people, you need to engage people. To engage and to understand, I have used that tool that where I have provided a link and you have given some response, so that I can take some response. Earlier, if I would have been giving this lecture in a room physically, maybe I could have asked you that what do you mean by digital skills, and somebody would say. But now I cannot interact with my audience. Maybe somebody can unmute and tell, but at the end of the day, how many can unmute and tell? So that's the reason why I'm using some tool to interact. So that means I'm trying to understand whatever you feel. Also, I want to engage with you. I also will be highlighting on collaboration and sharing, because this is a very important part in any life, because when we were in the lockdown and people were working from their home, so multiple persons are working in a team. So you need to collaborate with each other and you need to discuss with each other. For that, maybe you can have a con call, but ultimately you convert yourselves to a video conferencing platform, any VC platform, and try to collaborate. But how can you collaborate on the documents in which you are working, on maybe some presentations in which you are working, some spreadsheets in which you are working? So for that, you need to collaborate. So for that, there is a requirement of digital skills. You need to evaluate which is the best part which actually helps you to study something. So for that, you also need digital skills. We will be discussing at the end part of our lecture about searching in Google, because this is something which we all of us do, right? Whether we are having a smartphone or a palm top or a laptop or a desktop or whatever, we use Google searching. So we evaluate information, we get some results. The way I have done, I have searched digital skills, and accordingly, I have got some results, and we can derive some output. I want to manage and communicate with you. So for that, there is a requirement of digital skills, and definitely finding information. You want to find something, you go to Google. You want to find something about myself, Sudipta Majumdar, you will go to Google and you will find something. I want to find something about someone, I will go to Google and find out. So for finding also, you are using Google, which is nothing but a digital skills. So which we all are here, we all are using some part of digital skills. Maybe some of us are using 100% digital skills and we are very well equipped. Some are not so equipped. So my lecture will try to address that these are some tips or some tools which we can use to improve ourselves, to being more digitally equipped and to achieve more success. That's the reason why we try to address the session as digital skills for success. So I also want to try one more Mentimeter poll. Let me see what response which I can get. I've got so many responses. 2021 trends. Thank you so much. How will be 2021 world.21? Thank you so much for the responses. Socializing. I will just share one more link to get some feedback from you about. Here also, I request you to give a feedback about for what purpose you are using Google. We all know that we use Google for multiple purposes, but for what purpose we are using Google? You can write any one keyword because we are using Google for so many things. So maybe you can write searching, maybe you can write Google Meet using, video conferencing, Gmail, something. So I want to know what purpose for which you are using Google. You can kindly type your response over in the link the same way. So there will be 2 blanks where you can provide two blocks, two words, whatever you feel like, and that will help me to proceed further. The purpose of using Google, and Google is something which is very much integral to our life, right? And the kids of today's age also knows about Google, right? When we were in our school days, we were not so much accustomed with internet. We were not accustomed with even computer. I still remember when I got passed from 12th, then I've started my engineering. Then only I could see what is a computer. But nowadays everybody are on the laptops, palm tops, smartphones, etc. And we are using Google and so many other things, right? So I request maybe if somebody can give some response, then it will help me to proceed further.
Sir, I have given some 3 response. It is not reflecting back here.
Yeah. Let me just check.
Sure.
Maybe I need to refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, it came, right? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Yeah,
I have given some more thing. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So yes, uLektz new service, great. Live streaming tool, finding information, searching information, gathering, okay, knowledge, search and find. So if we club about the responses, whatever we have got one. If we club, one category is searching responses. The second category is to be updated. For that also you search responses. Again, you search to upgrade your knowledge. And the other category which we talk about the video conferencing, which we use for video conferencing. So Google comes with so many tools, right? So what I will do now is that I will just go back and I will try to discuss that we all use Google for searching. We use Google for Gmail, definitely. We use Google for Google Photos. We use Google for having news updates and so many things. So we will try to now see Google have resources which we all can use for our growth, right? So we will try to go for accessing some information from Google about the digital garage. So I am just going to take the help of Google Digital Garage so that it will help all of us to see. Fine. So this is the link of Google Digital Garage. Earlier, Google used to have so many tools and other things, but now they have integrated everything, all the components of training and everything in Google Digital Garage. Many courses nowadays during this pandemic, people have ventured from I think somebody is not on mute, I guess. If you can find, yeah. So for that aspect, in this online mode of learning, so many things, because nowadays, as teachers, as faculties, we feel we are having the biggest challenge, because when we are talking about anything and everything, it is available on internet, it is available on Google, right? So you need to make it somewhat different so that the students will listen to you. So I'm trying to make it here also so that maybe you can gain something at the end of the day. Whatever I'm showing, we can all get it in Google, right? So when we talk about digital garage, it's an integral platform where we can use digital garage for multiple things, right? So I will click on get started, and you can see get new skills for digital world. And if we click on this get started, and we will go inside this. Now, once we go inside this, we find so many courses, right? So now you can see there are so many courses, whatever. Mainly focus is being given by Google on the online courses, right? You have so many online courses which you can do from so many platforms, right? Coursera, EDX, and other platforms also. Now in Google, these modules, you can make all the customizations and search whatever type of course you want to do. Say for example, you want to do courses on digital marketing, you can click on this digital marketing, and the digital marketing courses will be shown, right? So you can get fundamentals of digital marketing, get a business online, make sure customers. So this is a whole full-fledged full course, right? Which includes also certification, 26 modules, 40 hours. You need to go through the lectures, qualify the test, and ultimately you will be certified. It is a full course. Now, if you are not interested for any full course, what you can do? You can go for going ahead with some small modules. Say for example, you want to get your business online, right? Because in today's age, online is something which is important, and without which you cannot survive. So you want to get your business online, so you get a course here. There are 7 modules, 3 hours. You can go through this course, which will help you to promote your product, promote your organization using Google. If you want to see that how I want to get my customers online, so you can go with this course. You want to promote your business using online advertising, you can go through this course. So Google have categorized the courses as this is the full course where you can get ins and outs of digital marketing. Then you can also go with so many modules, and the various modules will help you to gain various skill sets which will ultimately help you to be success. Now, likewise, I am not interested in digital marketing. I am interested for developing my career. I want to learn new skills or something, right? So I can click on career development, and Google will give you some courses, right? So build confidence with self-promotion. That's a course. 1 module, 1 hour. Land your next job. Searching job in a better way. Maybe you can do this course. These are all free, right? Now, if you want to increase your productivity, maybe you can do this course. Likewise, you have multiple courses. So when you talking about your development, your career development, you can go through these courses. You can also make customizations here under the duration for which you want to do your course for. And you can also select that I want to go for a certificate which is paid or which is free. So accordingly, you can make the customization. You can also make the difficulty level of the course, whether it will be for the beginner or the intermediate or the advanced. So accordingly, you can see, and you can see from which institution or organization the course is being provided. Because there are some Google provides some courses, and they have some tie-ups with multiple vendors and multiple platforms. So they also provide. You can make all the customizations and see that how you can find. This is something which I feel like that if I share with you, because I have gained personally from doing multiple courses from this digital garage platform in this pandemic, and I could learn something which I'm trying to deliver in my classes when I deal with my students, right? Now, if these are all recorded book courses which you can do at your own pace. Now you want to do some free live courses, right? So you can click on live training. Now if I click on live training, you will get the courses which are live. So there will be multiple courses. So say for example, you want to do a course on digital marketing strategy. You can register. For that you need a Gmail ID, and for that, with that Gmail ID, you can relate digital garage and whatever you do, because this is the best part of Google, because you can integrate everything with the Google account, whatever you are having. So you can register and you can attend online courses. Say for example, just as a test case, if I want to register for this, I can click on register, and you can get what is the event. It will give the briefs, and accordingly it will say it is from 10 to 11. This is the date, topic, and you can click on register. Accordingly, they will send you information in your mail IDs. It's as easy as that. They will be webcasting that using YouTube. So That way, you can go ahead with attending some live training. Now, we all are going with in many places the office have started working, but many places people are going for work from home and remote working. So to be a better remote worker, what are the tools which you can use? So you can click on this remote working and see what are the extra additional advantages what Google is providing us. So if you click on this remote working, you can get multiple types of options, right? So work from anywhere. So here you can get directly the tools. You can see the tool and start using that. If it is free, if it is paid, maybe you need to go for the subscription. Otherwise, you can start using that. Say, for example, I want to go for work from anywhere. So for that, I want to start using tools for better remote working. So I want to go inside that to find out the details. So for that, I've clicked on this and see, okay, these are something, these are the teaching materials, these are the activities which I need to do. I can start on and I can go ahead. And accordingly, I can learn that use digital tools for everyday tasks. What are the tools what Google is having? And I can use it in our daily life, starting from Google Calendar, etc., etc., etc. So that is how you can go ahead with the remote working. Now, this is from work from anywhere. Now, if you talk about running your business, that means you are a small business organization, you want to launch yourself in Google or something like that, you can click on this, you will get these other resources. Run your business from anywhere. Work faster, work smarter with G Suite, now which had been converted to the G Workplace. So if I want to see, I click on this, I go ahead, and I'm seeing everything you need to get anything done now in one place. So for that, just give me a minute. Yeah. So tools you love, smart suggestions, flexible solutions, and all these things you can go for. This is a paid tool, so you can get the plans and you can learn at your own pace. And ultimately, maybe you can decide whether you want to use it for your business or not. So that is how Google gives you so many tools. So Digital Garage, personally, I feel gives you a lot of resources to improve our digital skills, because this is something, digital skills is something which is going through a progression daily at each and every moment. Whatever I know today, maybe 7 days after, it's old skill. I need to upgrade myself. The way software go for upgradation, the way Gmail and all these other things goes for upgradation, we need to upgrade ourselves so that we are with the pace. Otherwise, we will be falling back. So as a result of which, we can use these tools, because Google update that, and use these tools to learn ourselves more, better, and ultimately be a better equipped, digitally skill equipped person, so that it will help us to go for success. Now, if we just go back, this is if we just go back to the presentation. Now, I will now discuss, because I have now discussed as a standardized procedure what Digital Garage is providing. Now I will discuss about with respect to the groups. If a participant here is an educator, what are the things with which Google will help you? If a participant here is a student, what are the things with Google will help you? And what tools you can use based upon your profile, right? So I will go one by one. For the Google for Educators, if I go through this link, these links I will be providing, you can take it from the organizers later on. So if I go through this link, fine. So this is for Google for Education, but not for students. This is for educators. As you can see the tagline here, learning never stops, explore free technology training and resources for educators. So who are into the mode of educating others, that means teachers, trainers, etc. You can learn about using Google tools. Say, for example, we are using Google Meet for this VC video conference, right? And in our university, we use Google Meet for doing classes. So there, for using whiteboard, we use Google Canvas, right? That's a whiteboard option which Google have provided. Google have also provided in Google Meet some polling options I can use. So when you are a teacher, when you are a trainer, and you want to deliver your lecture in the best possible way so that the students ultimately learn, and students are satisfied, your participants are happy that they have learned something, then you can upgrade yourself using the Google for Education for specifically the educators. If you just go inside, you will find that You can go for some tips. For that, there is no certification or anything. You can go for tips and learning, right? If you want to go for a certification, you can go for a certification. And you also can go for a professional development programs, right? So you can decide on yourself that, okay, to start off with, I will not go for any certification or professional development program. I will just go for going ahead with some learning some products, Google products, which I can use. So I can click on this, and I can see what are the tips what Google is providing, right? So say, for example, I want to know the tips. So what they will be doing, as we know, Google itself gives us a Google Classroom. So Google Classroom is a holistic approach. Many schools, many colleges, many universities all across the globe uses this. So they talk about Google Classroom. So you can learn about Google Classroom. You can click on this and learn about Google Classroom. If you want to use Google Meet for interacting with your audience, you can use Google Meet, and you can learn about how to schedule a meeting and scheduling and all these things with proper video lectures what Google will be training you. Likewise, if I want to go for using some Google Office, right? I plan to cover it in my later slide, but I'm just covering it here because I've got all the options here. You want to, because we use Google Forms in many places to collect response. This is the easiest version. So for that, I want to take a test of my students. So for that, I want to create a small quiz for my students. What I can do, I can create a Google form and create a Google quiz and take a quiz for my students and see what they have learned. I want to take some feedback from my students because this became more relevant in this lockdown when the students, as well as any domain across, we are not getting a chance to meet physically. So in that way, we are distant apart, but internet is helping us, digital is helping us. So you can use Google Form, which is very easy to create, and take some feedback. Say, for example, after this session, I can share a Google Form link with you, and you can give some response. So that is how Google Form is very easy. So you can use it for both purposes of quizzing your students. That means taking a quiz of your students and see whatever they have learned, whether they are learned in the proper way or not. And also, you can take some feedback from them. If you are a business organization and you want to take some feedback from your consumers about some product, maybe you can create a Google form and you can share the link with them and take a feedback. And Google Form became very, very popular in the last few months. It was popular. It was one of the easiest data collection tool, live data collection tool. But in this case, Google Forms became so much popular because due to this pandemic, we couldn't meet. So we are using various types of virtual tools where Google Form came handy. As teachers, Google Form came handy to create quizzes and test the students. Because you find that in a classroom, maybe you find 60-70% students are attentive, 30% are not attentive. So you need to interact with them. In a physical classroom, you can talk with them, you can discuss with them, you can rebuke them, whatever you can do. You can give them punishments, but here it's difficult. So for that, maybe you can create a quiz. Also, the students from the other side, they will also feel excited. They will also see, okay, I'm participating in a quiz and I'm competing with my friends. Maybe I will be number one, I will be number two or something. I will be scoring something. So that is how you can create a energy inside the students and get feedback. So this is how you can use Google Form, which is an integral part of Google. Now, Google also comes with Google Docs, Google Slides, and Google Sheets, which many of us use. But what I will focus upon is that when we talk about Google Docs, it's basically a substitute of MS Office Word. Google Slides is a substitute of MS Office PowerPoint, and Google Sheets is a substitute of MS Office Excel. But the part for which I like Google Docs, Google Slides, or Google Sheets, and I had been using in the last few months for creating presentations, for delivering lectures, and providing some handouts to my students, etc. The reason is we can collaborate, which is the option which was missing, not so much actively present in case of a MS Office. In MS Office, you can track changes, you can provide some comments, but in Docs, you can do live. So maybe in this group, I'm not sure, maybe many are using, but I'm just trying to showcase some parts of this, which will give you an insight, and you can go for going inside, right. So I'm just clicking on this Google Docs. So if I click on Google Docs, I'm going to the Google Docs. So by default, the email ID with which you are being signed in, you will be taken to the Google Docs, right? So you can click on this blank. Give me a minute. So if I click on this blank, you will find options what MS Office Word also is having. So you can find all those options, starting from the various types of font styles, the text sizes, the alignments, the bullets, all those options, right, which we can get. The part which I will be highlighting here is the collaboration. So say for example, I am typing something. This is a test page, right? This is something. Now I need to give a name to this. So test file. I'm giving the date of today. Say for example, this is a file name which I have given, and I'm typed something. Now I want to share this with some of the persons with whom I am working together in this project. So what I will do, I will click on this share, right? So now I can share this with some persons by two ways. One is I can add the email ID. Say for example, I want to add with Pallavi ma'am. I can add her email ID, and she can start commenting here. I want to share with some other persons. I can click on that, and they can start commenting here. You can share the link also. So I can make someone as an editor or someone as a viewer. If I make someone as an editor, then they can edit also. If I make someone as a viewer, they can only view, but they cannot make any changes. So I can collaborate, I can interact with my audience in such a way. I can also collaborate with my students, right? Maybe I've given a group presentation to my students, and 5 students are working in a team. So they can use Google Docs to write something, and accordingly they can share. So the sharing options which I'm just sharing with you is universal for whatever Google options which you use. Maybe it can be Google Slides, maybe it can be Google Sheets, maybe it can be Google Form, right? So you can share, or you can make someone as an editor. Also, if you want to give some comments, right? So you can click on this comment, and I can write test comment, which will be, and I can post it here. It will be live to the person or with the person with whom I'm shared. So you can give some comments, and likewise, if he or she wants to reply, his or her comment will be coming over here. Since I have created this comment, I can delete this comment also. So this is how we can use Google Docs to collaborate. And this can be used not only for docs, that means Word file. We can use this also for with aspect of, say for example, slides, for PowerPoint presentations, for sheets. When multiple students are working on a finance project, or maybe in an organization, multiple persons are in a team and they are working on a project where there are a lot of calculations, they are using Excel. So they can go for using the Google Sheets, where there will be a collaboration. So if you just go to Google Sheets, and if we click on this, and if we go for, this is free, so we can see the Google Sheets. So if we go for Google Sheets, and if I click on this blank Google Sheets, give me a minute. So now here, this is a spreadsheet, right? Just like any Microsoft Office Excel, we are getting a spreadsheet. We can create more sheets and etc. And we can share like anything. So we need to give a name. Without giving a name, you cannot share. So you need to give a name, and accordingly you can share. So it has taken the untitled spreadsheet as a name. I can share, and ultimately I can share with my team members, with my group members, and collaborate and work together and take it through. So this is how we can use Google. We can use the Google tools. Now, if we just go back to the educators part, let me just see. Yeah. So this is how we can use Google Forms. So Google Forms, I'm not going into details because this is a session which I'm trying to highlight on what are the things which we all can use. There are a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of videos in YouTube and any places whatsoever where if you want to know it in a better way, maybe you can go through those and learn those things, right? So if you want to use Google Meet, also you can learn. So these all will be coming with Google Meets, right? Now you want to them. This is Google Sites, which I want to just base upon because this is a very a good feature what Google have given. So say for example, I want to create a presentation of mine. Now in today's age, we all create a LinkedIn profile, a professional profile, and maybe we can create a blog of mine, right? So maybe in WordPress or Blogger or something like that. Now you can use Google Sites where you can put your all information and that link will be created, and maybe you want to share your profile, you can share that Google site profile with anyone and everyone. So I will not go into details because time will not permit or allow. So if we just go for Google Sheets, okay, from this now I will be positioned to go. Let me just go here. I go for Google Sheets. Sorry. I need to go to Google Slide. I went to Google Sites. Sorry. If I go to Google Sites and you click on blank, wait a minute. You will get multiple options, right? You can get some templates, some layouts like PowerPoint, and accordingly create your presentation and share the link and publish. It's so easy because as we know, whatever we do with Google, it helps us, right? So say for example, something which I've created earlier, maybe you can create like this. I'm just showing you as a test case. Let me just show you. So this is something which you can create, right? So this is how we can use Google Sites, which is I think which is a very important tool, not only for educators, but for anyone and everyone to create a small profile. Maybe students who are in the final year, trying for jobs. Definitely you must create a LinkedIn profile. Additionally, you can create a Google Sites where you can give your highlighted information. You can give assignments using Google Classrooms that is specific for the teachers. Now, as teachers also, we can use the Google Expeditions, Google Jamboard, right? Google Jamboard is something which is very newly launched, and it is a very important tool, which I will also focus upon with perspective of educators, students, as well as industry professionals. Now, we all know about Padlets, right? Because Padlet is basically an interactive whiteboard where people from multiple places can interact. There are multiple interactive whiteboard vendors are there. There are multiple. Google also came with their Jamboard where basically you can interact, and there will be a white Jamboard. If I click on this, I'm just showing you a example. Although I've not created a Jamboard, but I will just show you an example. This is so this is a Jamboard thing, right? So if you see this Jamboard, right? In this Jamboard, what you can do, you can create multiple files, multiple text boxes, multiple options where you can interact. In Google's Docs or Google other things, whatever is happening, you can type some text. Here, some text boxes can be plotted. Here, some comments can be given. Some images can be brought in. So Google Jamboard is also a very important tool which we all can use, right? And for computer science students and maybe teaching, you can go for the CS first. Expeditions gives you some VR and AR experience, and that ultimately helps a teacher to communicate with the students effectively. So this is something which is related to the educators. So maybe I need to go a bit fast because maybe I'm running out of time. So I will just showcase something for the students, because this is also very important. I think I must share this with everyone. So if we go for the Google for Education for Students, this is a very important thing, right? You can get options for multiple ways. Now, as a student, we can get option for doing courses, definitely for doing multiple courses, programs, professional certifications, etc. Right? So you can go for multiple programs. You can click on these view programs and accordingly see what are the programs which are for me, and accordingly you can select, right? Now, you can also apply for jobs. You can apply for internships, not only for Google, but multiple vendors which are associated with Google. In today's age, thanks to this online world, you can go for online internships, online ways where Google will help you, right? So you can get for jobs and internships. This is something which a student always look forward for, because this is the ultimate destination. Definitely after getting the skills and other things, internships will give you hands-on experience, and ultimately you will land on a job or a placement. Or maybe if you don't want to, you want to start your own business or startup, maybe that internship will help you. It will give you a hands-on experience, on-job training. Likewise, if you want to go for the programs, you can see the programs, right? So accordingly, also, if you want to go to get some more details, you can talk with experts. Now, the experts are not always from Google. They have so much paneled experts from all across. So this link also you can search, that Google for students, Google for education for students, and you will get these options. So this is how you can use it, right? Also, you can get some scholarships. For that, maybe there's a eligibility and there's a process by which you need to apply, but you need to go for the scholarships options, and you can avail for that scholarships. So that is also helpful and beneficial for gaining the scholarships. So this is how a student. The last thing which I will show for the students is, this is something which Google came up with. It is not there everywhere, but it is specifically there for India and Indonesia and Bangladesh. So they have launched a 𝗂𝗟 Jobs. Now this is an app for which you can get all types of jobs, just like any other job portals. You are getting a 𝗂𝗟 Jobs, which is an app which you can get. So for that, you can go for the 𝗂𝗟 Jobs, right? You can find your work, right? And you can find out how this work. You can go through these video apps. You can get it from the Play Store in Android phone, or any other phone from the Play Store of iPhone or others. And also, if you are a business organization, you want to get some recruit some persons who are specific to you. You can go for going for the business and promote your job. So this is something which is helpful for the students. And if you are a business organization, you get some desired qualified candidates. For that also, you can go for businesses and see. Now this is valid in Bangladesh, Indonesia, and India. They currently have launched. So this is for this. So you will get a lot of options. You can download it from the Play Store and accordingly start using. So this is something which I thought that if I share, that maybe it will be helpful for the students. Now the last is, I will be sharing something about the Google tools, whatever tools you can use to grow, right? So here you have multiple options. Say for example, if you want to go for digital, you can click on this and it will show what are the tools, whatever you can use. If you want to go for a growth of business, right? I uncheck this growth of business. You can see, okay, I can use Google Pay, I can engage more customers using Google My Business, etc. If you want to start your career, maybe you are a student, you can click on start your career. The 𝗂𝗟 job app is coming because this is a job application. Now, if you want to grow your career, right? I go for the career growth, and you can see some options are there. Maybe explore AI and learn from Google experts. You talk about AI, you can explore this. Likewise, if you want to see, I want to go for a remote working, what are the tools, whatever we can use? So we talk about Google Workspace, in which all the things comes, Google Forms, Google Docs, Google Sites, Google Slides, Google Sheets, etc. So you can go for the Google Workspace. You can use Google Meets. So these are something which you can find. So based upon the option, Google will give you some customized tools, right? So this is something which all of you can explore and get the right tool, whatever we need. Because I have personally gained, and I thought of sharing my experience with all the audience and all the participants, so that maybe they can also gain something at the end of this discussion, right? So I will just come up with a small sort of video. Let me just. Say for example. Now I will just show you a small article link where it talks about a very recent article which has been given by India Today, and these are some digital skills maybe you can talk about, right? If you talk about the digital skills which are being needed, right? You talk about hardware, software, these are all core things. Those are all core software or IT professionals. My lecture was basically focused upon using the basic tools, irrespective of whatever profile we belong from. We can use this, and maybe we should also use this to survive, right? So this article I have highlighted because this talks about some platforms. Now, when you are a core IT professional, maybe you are using this, right? You need to use the internet effectively. For that, so maybe you can go for using the internet effectively, and maybe you can go for using Google in a better way, because we can get so many search results. You can create contents, right? You can collaborate, whatever I have said. Social media presence, maybe I have not highlighted, so I couldn't highlight so much in this lecture. Maybe we can do it somewhat later, but we need to focus ourselves. I've highlighted something about LinkedIn, right? And the other things are there, right? Data analytics and all these things. So if you go through the Google Digital Garage, that will give you a lot of insights on searching, on gaining the skills. And the last thing which I will say today is, because it's already 5:52, maybe time is running out, because we all search in Google. And when we search in Google, say for example, I want to search laptops under 30,000 rupees or something. If I click on this, we get so many results, right? We get so many results in such a small fraction of a second. So maybe to improve our search results, we can go for using the various types of advanced search options. As we all know, Google have advertised also during this lockdown and pandemic that if you are using in your smartphone, in your smartphone Google Android accounts, based upon your search criteria, they will be locating you and providing you search results and news also, right? So Google came with so many options. So for example, I can go for this shopping because I'm trying to buy laptops. So that means I'm trying to buy, I want to go for shopping, buying. So for that, you can click on this shopping and you can get all the results. The advantage will be if you go to a specific e-commerce platform, you will be getting a platform dependency. Here, it is basically focused upon irrespective of the platform. You can get from Reliance Digital, you can get from Amazon, multiple platforms, right? And you can make all the customizations, the brands, the price tagging, the specification of the laptops, something like that. So this you can use. Now, if you want to go for videos, we can go for all these options of videos, images. So my request will be, which I was also not knowing maybe few months back, when you search something, you search not with all, but go to the specific categories. If you want to shop, go for the shopping. If you want to go for videos, go for these videos. If you want to get some images, go for the images. Then your results will be less. And it will be easy for you to manage. It will be easy for you to get a lesser number of results with which you can deliver. If you want to go for books, you can go for books. And the other options are also there, right? Maps, news, flights, and finance. So this is how you can use Google searching, which we all use. And based upon the response, whatever we have got, we have all seen that this is something which we all use. And this is how we can improve our search criteria. So maybe I've spoken a lot, and this is all from my side. So maybe I'm open for any questions from the audience or participants, or maybe anyone.
I request from audience to ask any question if they have.
Yeah, if they have.
Hello, good evening, sir. My name is 𝗂𝗟𝗲𝗚𝗏 Verma.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So I have one question regarding Google AdWords.
Yes.
So, for example, there are some sponsored ads by Google which is being advertised in various websites, different websites. So basically, we pay to Google for the Google ads, and Google ads can be paid in the form of like the ranking for the ranking factor. Like, okay, so sir, the ads which are in the form of banner ads or skyscraper ads appearing in one website, the amount means the advertisement amount is going to Google or to the website in which the ad is being advertised.
Say for example, ma'am, if you're seeing my screen, right? And I have searched laptops. So
Yeah, sir.
yeah, we have got some ads which is being promoted by this perspective, and we
Yes.
have got also free, right?
Yeah.
So when you talk about Google is a media intermediary. So say for example, I am Lenovo, and I want to promote my Lenovo laptops in the website of XYZ organization.
Yeah.
It is not possible for me to know that who are those XYZ or ABC organization. So I will approach Google, and when you create the Google AdWords account, you have multiple options that whether you want to go for a third party advertising or not.
Yes,
if
sir.
you click on that, then whatever price they will be taking, it will be shared based upon the proportion what Google and that third party have decided. I will be paying my sum to Google because I am not knowing whether XYZ is there, ABC is there, or PQR is there. I'm only concerned with my lasers. If I'm going leads, if I'm going qualified leads and I can get the ultimate results, I am happy. So this is how it goes. So I am paying my money to Google through my various options of payment, but ultimately Google divides. Definitely, it needs to give to the third parties. Otherwise, they will not provide the platform apps.
Yeah.
That is how.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Sir, I have a question here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
The thing is like, so regarding the privacy in Google, because there are a lot of cases that is happening in America, so that Google is not. We don't have that kind of privacy concern in Google and all, and the data is constantly manipulated and given to the third party advertisers, as you said.
Right.
So, what if a corporate company or someone like us, like we want to have a secure data, and we want to make sure our data doesn't like revolve around. So how we can ensure the privacy in Google?
Just as an example, you will find in the last few days, whatever website you open, they are asking your permission for the cookie. As we all know, sir, that in our computer or laptop or whatever computer-oriented devices, we have the cookies stored.
Okay.
And Google saves our information, basic information. And when the Google saves our basic information, based upon that, they customize whatever ads they provide.
Okay.
And Google have not taken any information from anyone till now across the globe, which I have not given them an option. I have provided a tick that when I've created my Gmail account, that my information can be shared. If you want, you can, maybe you don't want to, you cannot share, right? If you go to the settings of these types of Google Chrome browser or whatever browser, we can remove the temp files. Now, what happens is that if we open an internet website, if we don't allow the cookies to store, then what will happen? The website will be opening, but we will not get customized offers from the website.
Okay.
So if we are ready as a consumer to lose that, maybe we can uncheck that and our data is very much safe. So we need to take that decision whether we want to get the customized offer or not. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the question. Thank you. Thank you for it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So
I think I can stop my screen sharing.
Yes, yeah.
And thank you, Gonika. Thank you, Darshan, for asking question and to make it
Yeah.
very interactive. And I think so, sir, from audience end, there's no more question.
Yes. Yeah.
And thank you so much, sir, for giving insight about the topic and giving us more knowledge, like how we can get more skills as professional and for students and for educator as well. So thank you, sir, and thank you so much for showing such tools where it make it very interactive, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think so. There's a question from Hariharan, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
No,
I'm a student. Hariharan sir is my
No.
teacher, so I'm
Yeah,
so
in
happy
fact,
that sir have joined.
This is such a topic that we also need to learn a lot. After listening to Dr. Sudipta Majumdar, we feel that we know very little about this thing, especially the ad part and how the payment is being made, how these are being
Sir.
sponsored. We need to know more and more about it. This is going to be the future of the digital skills. So I must thank Dr. Majumdar for excellent talk. Thank you very
Sir,
much. All the
Hariharan
best.
sir, thank you so much for joining, and to Pallavi ma'am and others, he's my faculty, he's my sir, so he joined. I'm so grateful to sir. Thank you so much sir, for your time.
Thank you so
Yes, sir.
much.
Thanks a lot for joining, sir. Thank you, sir. It's been an honor for all of us.
Actually, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. To learn from expert faculties like you from the renowned institutions, we are really honored to be here. Like learning once again, it's like a back to college experience. Thanks a lot, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, audience, for being wonderful at the and listen patiently. And thank you, Hariharan sir and Dr. Sudipta Majumdar, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.